Every March, USA Today comes out with its list of the 10 best small town coastal cities in America. And for 2 years now, not 2 years in a row, last time was 2019, but this is the second time that USA Today has named Sandusky, Ohio, the number one best coastal small town. And in this video, we are going to figure out why. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Living in Cleveland. I'm Patty sells CLE, and I make videos about all things Northeast Ohio, Northwest Ohio, and even down south. You know the drill. If you don't want to miss any of my videos, hit that subscribe, hit the like, hit the share, leave some comments. I love it, I love it, I love it. All right, it is spring, finally. What a winter. Well, it was mild, but when I was in Florida, and we had a mild February, and of course we come home in March and we've had more snow in March than we did in February. But it's supposed to snow again today, which if you're going to live in Ohio, you can expect to get snow. We've had snow on Mother's Day. So we usually get a little bit of snow in April, but you get nice days. Like it's in the 50s today, and they're saying by dinner time it's going to be down in the 30s and we can expect some snow. Unbelievable. But my place, Marblehead, turned down their water yesterday, so when I'm done with this video, we are heading up there and we are opening up our spot because it is spring and I'm ready. So let's talk about coastal small towns in USA Today. It named Sandusky number one. Okay, let's talk about it. Let me go through the list of what the top 10 are. And I've been to several of these towns. So number 10, Cannon Beach, Oregon. I've been through Oregon, but I was right out of college. It was beautiful. Cannon Beach, Nags Head, North Carolina, Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, Sanibel Island, Florida. Been there, I was just there. My stepsister got married there last year before the hurricane. Beautiful Sanibel Beach. St. Augustine, Florida. Same stepsister, got married in Sanibel Island and just moved from Cleveland to St. Augustine. And on our way back from Florida, we stopped there. What a cool town. I've been there once before, but it was years ago. What an awesome town. I love St. Augustine. Number 5, Provincetown, Mass. 4, Bayfield, Wisconsin. 3, Marblehead, Mass. I've been to Marblehead, Mass too. In fact, because I have a place in Marblehead, Ohio, and I was there. My husband was working there, and I stopped in a little store and they had these little Marblehead signs, and I was telling the lady how we have a place in Marblehead, Ohio. She's like, oh, where at? She's like, I go, well, it's called Bay Point. And she goes, oh my gosh, I do a search for Marblehead and Bay Point comes up first thing ever. So it was kind of cool. So really cool town. So that's number 3. Number 2, Stuart, Florida. Not really sure where that is. And then number 1 is Sandusky. So let's talk about why USA Today named Sandusky the number 1 small coastal town. Okay, one of the first things it looks for is affordability. And if you've seen my videos, I've done several videos on Sandusky, and Sandusky is home to Cedar Point, which is one of the world's, I'm going to say, best amusement parks. Over the years, they have topped out with the tallest, the fastest, this or that. They're always winning an award for the best kind of roller coaster. In fact, the Top Thrill Dragster, which is not running anymore, I was just watching a story from January, because a piece of it fell off last year or the year before. It was at the end of the season because it wasn't open at all last year, and it injured somebody who was waiting in line. So it was sat idle, and this thing goes up and down in like 30 seconds, but it's fun. So they are repurposing that. So Cedar Point, I've done several videos on Cedar Point. I love it. My husband and I still have season passes because it's so cheap. They're like $100, free parking, free access to the water park. We'll go after dinner because we only live not even 30 minutes away. We'll just walk around in the evenings in a summer night and just people watch, get our steps in. The beach at Cedar Point is absolutely beautiful, and we're right across. So Marblehead, and there's a map up here I'm going to put. Marblehead and Cedar Point, well, they used to touch way, way, way back millions of years ago, and now there's a waterway through it. But we can hop on our jet ski and be over at Cedar Point in less than 10 minutes. In fact, and we have 3 beaches at Bay Point, but we really like the Cedar Point beach. We'll go over there, we'll pack a little cooler, bring our music, and we just anchor it, and you just start looking, and I've probably done videos of this. You're just looking at, you have the water park, so people are in the water park, you have the roller coasters, you hear all the screams. Then you have all the smells of the French fries and the elephant ears. It's just a great, spend a couple hours, people watch, just enjoy it just is summer. So I love Cedar Point. We love Halloween. So it is absolutely amazing to have an amusement park so close to the Cleveland area. Okay, let's talk about when people move to Cleveland, and most of my videos, I talk about the same things. I talk about schools, taxes, affordability, home prices, all that stuff. So let's start with schools. It is a pretty big urban city. It's not really rural, even though it's way out there in Erie County. It's about an hour west of downtown Cleveland. It's right in between about Toledo and Cleveland, so not far, not even far from Detroit. I mean, when we go to Cedar Point, you see cars from Michigan, you get to Toledo people, Cleveland people, because it's just right there. It's not far to either of those places. It is the heart of Erie County. Now the schools, they're rated a D. So Sandusky, the median home price is $130,000, and in Sandusky proper, it's about half and half of people owning their homes and people renting their homes. So you do have some very sketchy areas. You gotta be very, very careful where you go in Sandusky. Just like any other urban city, it is an urban city, just like Lorraine. There's many streets in Lorraine where I live, downtown. I'm not going anywhere near them, especially at night. So you gotta watch out. But Sandusky schools, I have many good friends that graduated from Sandusky schools. Their kids went through Sandusky schools. They're doing just fine. Sandusky also has some townships. And right next, and people think it's Sandusky, but it's really part of Perkins Township. In fact, USA Today mentioned Great Wolf Lodge. Like, they mentioned Great Wolf Lodge, which has been around for like almost 30 years, but they don't mention, and actually Great Wolf Lodge is in Perkins Township. It's right by the Sandusky Mall, which is in Perkins Township, not in Sandusky proper. But what they didn't mention is Kalahari, which is like this huge metropolis. It's a convention center. It's a water park. I mean, that's the place to go. And that's right on Route 250. You're heading towards the turnpike. Easy access. I've been there just for fun with the kids. I've been there for a convention for when I was a school teacher. What a great facility. So we have all kinds of water parks. Everything's centered around, in Sandusky and Perkins, everything seems to be centered around what's called shores and islands. That's what they call themselves. Everything centers around it being a tourist town. So the water parks are perfect. You've been at the park all day and you want to come back to the hotel and relax, and the kids want to go swimming. Well, there's the water park. We have Castaway Bay, Great Wolf Lodge, Kalahari. There used to be one, and it was a hotel. We used to have winter weekend there. It was Monsoon Lagoon? No, that's up in Marblehead. I can't remember. But it's a big behemoth thing. It's right on the corner. It's like closed down. So lots of water parks in the city. And I'm meandering because I didn't talk about Perkins schools. Perkins schools do better. They get a C. So Perkins does have a little bit better of a, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. People just say like, oh, I'm in, like if we were selling their house and they're in Perkins Township, that's the first thing they say is, oh, Sandusky living, but with Perkins schools. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so I talked about water parks. Let's talk a little bit more about Cedar Point because they've built up so much in this area. They just built this huge sportsplex. If you come off, and you'll see it up here when I'm driving by. And they have this indoor thing where they have volleyball tournaments, basketball tournaments. They have all these outdoor. In fact, we're going to be there this afternoon. We're doing something for the Rotary, a pizza thing, and it's all going to charity. They have these baseball diamonds, so this huge facility just to keep bringing people into the area. Sandusky last year announced I was putting like $1 billion, a lot of money into the city, helping with the roads, the infrastructure, just because they want people coming in, spending money at their property. Makes sense, right? They also recently purchased Sawmill Creek, which was like a golf kind of resort, but they have like indoor pools, they have restaurants, they have a little bar area. And we went there right around Christmas time. There was a little bar in the back called Mulligan's. And they had it all decorated for Christmas. It was like a pop-up bar. But that is also a Cedar Point property, and it's beautiful. Sawmill Creek needed some major help, and they were able to purchase it, upgrade it, and it's a great place to go. What else can I say about Sandusky? Here's what I love about Sandusky. Their downtown area is phenomenal. It is so cool. It's right on the water. I mean, like I said, we will take our jet ski either to Cedar Point, or we'll just hop over to downtown Sandusky and grab lunch, because you can park your jet ski for $5 and walk all around, up and down Water Street. Outdoor places, indoor places. We just were down there Sunday, which is all when this was filmed. New restaurants, new bars. There's a Saucy Brew Works, which has been the first ones in Ohio City, Hingetown. Probably done a video of it. They have these awesome pizzas, the bee's knees with the hot honey. It's a brewery, so they have one of those there. Just all kinds of different restaurants and bars. Cool stuff. And it's beautiful. And they do all kinds of events, like in the summertime. They, right on the Jackson Street Pier, they'll bring in food trucks. They have live bands on, I think it was like Thursday nights. So cool. And of course, my favorite is the Witches Walk. And I actually met the lady who runs the Witches Walk. She came to my networking group last week. And so it's a charity event, and this is the first, it used to always be on Wednesdays. And this past year it was on a Saturday, which was so much fun because the guys came. There was probably 15 of us women and 15 guys too. So 30 of us went down there. All the guys, they put on like a parade, like all these women. I'm gonna put up a video. I have it. We dress up as witches. We go downtown. It's just so cool. And then all the bars have music playing. Sandusky also has Dora, which means you can purchase a specific cup that has a sticker on it, and you can walk around downtown, which is kind of cool for a lot of people. So really love Sandusky. I mean, I live so close to it. I'm in the Sandusky networking group. I also want to talk about, you're going to see this, the Chazé. So if you get off Rye Beach Road from Route 2, heading west from Cleveland, Rye Beach Road, it's about 40-50 minutes. That's the exit to get off to go towards Cedar Point. We always came in on the Chazé, or we used to call it the Causeway, but it's really the Chazé. These beautiful homes, and you have on the right side, you have Lake Erie, and then on the left side is where all the beautiful homes are. And when my kids were little, they would just, that was our favorite part of the trip. Like, oh, I like that house. That's my house. No, that one's better. So I have a couple friends that live on the Chazé. They absolutely love it. And then it turns right at the end into Cedar Point. Super cool. Yeah, Sandusky's a cool town. I don't know if it's the best small town. I don't know. St. Augustine and Sanibel are pretty nice. Marblehead, Mass, pretty nice. But I mean, I guess it is a total vacation destination. If you're coming here for a week, we have beautiful downtown Airbnbs, condos. The Jet Express pulls up if you want to take a day and go shoot over to some of the islands. Kelly's or Put in Bay. Take a couple days for Cedar Point. There's definitely lots to do. So yeah. Now, that being said, if you're looking to get into the Airbnb business in Sandusky, I want to warn you. It is a very tough, small little area where they will allow you to Airbnb. I found a map, kind of hard to read, but there are people that know where the Airbnbs are. I just had coffee with this lady. She does a bunch of these. She's a property manager from them, and she knows exactly what streets you can and what streets you cannot Airbnb on, because they really are cutting down on that. Because guess what? Cedar Point wants all the money. They don't want people making money off lodging when that's their gig. So anyways, I hope you enjoy Sandusky. It is such a cool town. So many great restaurants, things to do. Oh, there's a merry-go-round museum. Never been to it. So I think you should check it out. And as always, if you're looking to move to the Cleveland area, looking to invest in the Cleveland area, Sandusky area, down south, give me a call. I'm here to help. Thanks.